Hello, welcome to the show. I'm your host, Johnny Baghead, as always. And hey, it's Halloween. Hello, welcome, happy, woo! I know we've been doing Spookaween month all month, but hey, it's the day, which I wasn't planning this. It just turned out that I happen to be streaming on Halloween. Though I like to do Halloween streams. So, I did not prepare much, which is a common theme with my Halloween streams, it seems to be. Which actually, I'm going to try and change something here. Hang on. Oh, no, not that much. Okay, we'll put it about there. Because you actually could not really see my costume. I wasn't going to do a costume. The joke was going to be I was going to say, nah, I didn't dress up. Just normal look. But then I thought about it. And I'm Slipknot. I'm early day Slipknot. What's that mean? I'm just wearing a boiler suit. Here, let me see if I can stand up. Actually, hang on, I'm going to move my mic a bit. Yeah. I mean, this could be a Halloween costume for so many things. Like the amount of like Halloween or like horror film villains that are just bloke in a boiler suit. But yeah, I thought we'd get into the spirit of things, just see how things are going. What was that? Chat. Oh my god. Sorry about that, folks. I don't know what that was. That scared the bejeebus out of me. Hopefully it won't come back. Hopefully it was just a one and done scare. Oh, I'm getting too old. I'm getting too old for this shit. So what are we doing? So I had this planned for the month, but I ended up unfortunately missing days because of real life issues. But it's the final day of the month, so I thought I'm gonna finally get to it. Which this is a long time coming for me. So a couple of months back, we played the PlayStation 3 port of Dead Space Extraction, using specifically the sharpshooter controller, and it was a fun playthrough. It both somehow captured some of the spirit of Dead Space, but also the spirit of a lot of the cheesy light gun games. And interesting story telling that here's how the events before on the Ishimura and the surface went down. And I don't remember, I must have known this at some point earlier, but I looked years later and found out that, there was DLC, there was single player DLC, because most of the updates for Dead Space 2 were for the multiplayer mode. But it turns out they did do a single player DLC. And it's actually a follow-up to Dead Space Extraction. I don't know in what terms. I know it has characters, but I don't know if it deals with the same plot threads. I'll be real. Not all of the plot is that fresh in my head. We'll talk about it before we start here. But yeah, I know at least 2 characters from Dead Space Extraction are in this. So, what was Dead Space Extraction? So there's a rail shooter, originally for the Wii, and then got the PlayStation 3 port that up the graphics a bit. So the main thing was you went from the Wii, which I think at the most could output at 480p. I could be wrong, it might have been able to go higher than that, but you got 720p. Unfortunately, you didn't get 1080p. But you got 720p, but you also got some updated graphics. So it wasn't much, it was mainly just some of the background kind of geometry had been updated and made higher scale. Most of the models seem to have stayed the same. Maybe the lighting was a little bit different, but the story is just following how the marker like first infected the Ishimura and the planet it was nearby. The main part though for a story, because it was more like character interaction. It felt very definitely like Aliens, The Thing, that kind of horror. But the main plot thread we had was there was a girl called Nicole who had some sort of immunity to the marker. Like, it affected her, but not in the same way as everyone else. And one of the guys who was with us, a scientist, turned out to be with the cult, the marker cult, which I've forgotten the name of. That'll probably come up when we do DLC here. And radioed about how, oh, she's, I don't think like chosen one, but like, oh, she's a specimen, one of the types we've been looking for. But he got killed, and I actually didn't remember this. There is an epilogue to it, so it looks like you escape. I think like 3 or 4 of the characters escape, which I looked up was Gabe Weller, which is who we play. The main character, oh, I'll talk about that, McNeil, and the girl, who I've forgotten the name of, Nicole, and I can't remember if the commander guy made it or not, but reading some stuff, it turns out that the security guy you play as, he actually is the monster you see in the prologue, in the epilogue attacking Nicole. I always thought he was in this when I first heard about this, but no. You play as the other, because you swap characters a lot in that campaign, the extraction campaign. You play as like the other engineering guy, I think, the one who does make it, who almost gets killed by the Unitology. That was the name of the cult. But yeah, I actually don't know what to expect here. I literally, all I've done is like installed it and made sure the game runs. I haven't even loaded up the DLC. Yeah, let's swap over. Shit. Ah, shit. Yeah, we're over at the console here. Hang on. Okay, you know what? I'm going to use this. Alright. Just checking the audio levels. I think the game's okay for now. So yeah, I love the Dead Space franchise, though I haven't played the remake. So if anyone has any questions about the remake, I can't comment on it. I know some people like it. I think most people like it. I know some people technically already have this, but it won't let me download it, I think, because the online servers for this game don't exist anymore. They actually did for a long time. I think they only shut the servers down for the multiplayer recently. Is this where options are? Okay, no. We've got controller map, which I shouldn't have to mess with. I think I just lost my trail of thought. Okay. Oh yeah. So yeah, I got into Dead Space right around the time it was first coming out. I can even say kind of how it went down. I remember playing the demo for Resident Evil 5 and then seeing how that game came out, and I'll be frank, I was really disappointed with I was really disappointed with Resident Evil 5. I won't argue it's a bad game, but in terms of following up on Resident Evil 4 and expanding on it, it really felt like you guys just didn't quite get what made Resident Evil 4 good, and also you've basically thrown out everything about the original gameplay that was in 4 predates 4. It's just like, okay, well, this doesn't resemble Resident Evil anymore. And, you know, forced co-op as well, which is funny, because Dead Space fucking went the same way eventually. It also, the demo as well, because the demo as well is the main thing I remember is also just, it was almost reskinning stuff. Like, you were doing, oh, okay, you remember that cabin bit from Resident Evil 4? We just put that scene in again. And the village, oh, you remember the village bit? We just put that bit in again. Like, it was just very obvious, just like, hey, you guys, you know which bits were good, but you don't know why, so you just put them in wholesale. And also just the move to co-op and the more action-y gameplay and how big an emphasis there was on the melee and stuff. So, like, I won't deny that's not a fun game, because you can have fun with it. Though, I'd say single player, I think the game's a lot weaker. Like, it's almost not, you can't play that game single player almost. Just in terms of entertainment, it gets too boring, I think. Plus, all the other AI issues for it. Though, ironically as well, there were like some encounters where the AI knows what to do, but they didn't design the co-op to tell you what the other person's supposed to do. Specifically, there's a boss fight against a certain character that is like, if you don't know what you're doing, you could be stuck on that boss for ages, because they just don't, you wouldn't know. But the AI partner knows exactly what to do in that situation. But then I saw Dead Space come out. You know, I think Dead Space 1 came out before Resident Evil 5. That was it, sorry. Because the developers specifically saw Resident Evil 4. And it was just the stark contrast of, oh, I've played Dead Space 1. Now Resident Evil 5's got a demo. There's actually a really stupid but fun old video on my old channel where I put clips from me and a friend of mine messing with the Resident Evil 5 demo and just kind of making fun of it. And then at one point I just start showing like Dead Space footage for no reason apart from just like, oh hey. And yeah, Dead Space 2 is probably, it's one of like the greatest of this style. It's weird. I don't know if I would call these survival horror. I think they like technically fit the genre, but not really, because they don't really have survival mechanics, or well, they do, but to such a toned down degree. Because much like Resident Evil 4, which isn't a survival horror, all the enemies drop ammo. And the game will pretty intentionally like rebalance itself. So if you're too low on certain resources, you'll get them more often and things like that. Though I think on the harder difficulties, which is a weird thing to say, like if you play it on harder difficulties, it becomes closer to survival horror. But I don't know, it's kind of splitting hairs. But I feel like if you have enemies that have drops tied to them, then you can't say it's survival horror, because you don't have finite resources anymore. Like, okay, maybe you do theoretically, but the actual resources are entirely random. Like, yes, there's the set drops that appear in the world, but then, you know, enemies, okay, there's a set amount of enemies, but what the enemies drops is dynamic and all that. And then, yeah, a bunch of interfering and chasing action and other things. Dead Space 3 ended up in a really weird place. And now it actually has some like good elements to it. And it does have some fun co-op stuff where there's some side content. Here's the thing, that's the problem. It has some fun co-op stuff, but it's like, it's so separate from the main game that it probably should have been like just a separate campaign. But some of the like marker hallucinations are separate to each character, so you can like go through certain levels and just one of the players will be seeing crazy shit and the other guy will just be nonplussed. But overall, just like, yeah, going completely action, like going into having like a weapon building system and not having ammo types really anymore, and it was weird. But yeah, the remake I hear some people really like it and they like how they expanded things. I've kind of tried not to look at too much because I want to reserve judgment for myself. I will say personally, when they were showing off some of the comparison screenshots, it kind of bothered me that in some areas the art direction or tone had completely changed. Now, specifically, I don't know what the name of it, but there's one room in Dead Space 1 where there's like, it's kind of like you're in a big washing machine or tumble dryer, but there's actually, or like a big fan. Actually, it's better to say you're in like a big fan with like 3 blades. And it's a puzzle where you have to use the stasis to slow the blades down and move around. And in the remake, suddenly that room's like infected with all the like dead body gore that kind of turns into weird like organic meat plants. And it just looks like, in some ways it's like, oh, this looks like the same room. In other ways it's like, this does not look like the same room at all. This almost looks like, you know, there's that bit in Dead Space 2 where you return to the Ishimura and you see it like slightly different when they've tried to clean it up. This feels like, oh, you've entered a version of the Ishimura where it was going to be in a sequel, where it was going to be abandoned for longer and you come back to it. But we'll see. And I'm always going to feel a bit weird about the remake because I don't think Dead Space 1 had aged in any way that was really warranting one. And especially with the fact that EA's interference with Visceral Games is what led to them being shut down. And now they're continuing the series, and obviously most of, if not all, the original people who made those games aren't there. I don't know, it's a messy situation. But hey, let's get into some fun. I do not know how long this is. Gabe Weller tries desperately to reach his wife as his security patrol in the Titan mines falls apart. So I think, I don't know if this is reusing Dead Space 2 areas or not. I imagine to some point, but we'll figure it out. So I think I'm going to play on Survivalist, just to kind of make it a bit more interesting, because Dead Space can be a bit too easy at times. Okay, okay, we'll put it about there. Unlike where Resident Evil's going, most of these games let you actually use flashlights whenever you want, because all the weapons have flashlights on them. So I'm playing console. I assume you can play this DLC on PC, but I've got the game on PS3. It was the easier thing to set up. Oh. Oh, Gabe. Victor, I think, might be in the...
No, Mr. Weller, she is not available. I cannot simply get her out of a fertility examination.
Computer locate rig 784283. Interrupt and override. Authorization Gabe Weller. Tango Beta 3.
Hang on. Okay. For some reason, you can't turn subtitles on before you start. Yep, that should all be okay.
Not do that. You can't interrupt. It worked. I'm going to... Gabe, what are you doing here?
Annie, listen to me very carefully.
Oh, okay, we are this guy.
Straight for our shuttle.
What?
I'm bad with names, so I actually thought this guy had a different name.
You can't just interrupt a session.
It's back. There, back. Don't tell anyone. Just get moving.
Gabe, you're scaring me.
Don't argue. Just get to our shuttle now.
This isn't happening. This can't be happening.
Like it says on the screen, she's spouse, just to let us know.
Oh, God.
Right, so here we are.
Oh, shit.
I think he has his own suit
I
here.
don't want your wife crying about how I left your goddamn body in the mines. Now move it.
Aye, Colonel. Just take care of her if I don't make it.
Let's get familiar with the buttons here.
Well out.
What are we starting with? We've got the pulse rifle and a patrol seeker rifle. So yeah, this will be 30 FPS, but funny enough, if you play the PC version at 60, it kind of breaks the game because the engine wasn't meant to run at 60. And you get a lot of like weird physics bugs and things like that. And I don't think fan patches have ever fixed it or anything like that. I think I wouldn't have minded. It would have helped a little bit with the Dead Space remake if they had also done some sort of... Well, I guess you could get the games on PC still. But it would have been nice to get like... Oh, that was quick. Okay, let's be more careful this time. Alright. What the fuck? Okay. I have not played, I messed around with it actually off stream. I forget when it was. It was... Okay. Oh, I didn't even have to go that way. Okay. I guess them falling on themselves. Oh. Get out of here. It's kind of weird the way it worked out because in Extraction, they're very obviously setting up like a romance between the guy you play as, the main guy, and Nicole. But somehow Gabe and Nicole ended up together. Whoa. And apparently a developer had to confirm that, oh yeah, the necromorph you see is the main guy you play as. Oh hey, how notes. Okay, I think the brightness and stuff should be okay. Yeah, I think it was around the time that I got, I brought the limited edition copy of this that just came with, Extraction for free. Also, I finally finished Dead Space 3 around that time, but it turns out I was, like, mostly through the game anyway. Why does your suit only have one eye, huh? What's up with that? If this turns out to be long enough that it will take multiple streams. Oh wow, we just start with like 50k. Okay, so we've got all the weapons. This is quite a lot to start you with. Like, you could just buy whatever you want. That's another reason why I say, like, it's not really survival horror when you can, like, earn money, sell and save stuff. Okay, I'm gonna buy a few of those for now. But I'll save some money in case I do need to buy some stuff. Select an item and press triangle to remove all installed nodes for reuse. Oh, okay, so we do start with some upgrades. Interesting, okay. I hit new game, so I'm pretty sure this is not carrying over saves from anything else. Yeah, we'll get that, because it was near. This is maybe the one thing that annoys me in Dead Space 1. Like, the air upgrade you basically don't need. Like, it's very rare. There's only really, like, one area where having it is helpful. Okay. Alright, I think I'll leave it there for now. I don't know if this DLC is going to have the node rooms where you can open them with power nodes. But we'll see. Yeah, it is still weird to me that Dead Space of all games got a remake when it was just... You can play Dead Space 1 too. Sorry, you can still play Dead Space 1. I phrased that weird. I can't really think like of any aspect of it that was like, oh okay, this grants a remake, because otherwise it's just unplayable otherwise. And obviously it wasn't like a dramatically different remake. I'm going to try and get out of that flashing light there, because that's even a bit rough for me. The only thing really is like that remakes can be useful for, even if you do go the almost one-to-one route. I guess if they upgraded, you know, they changed engine enough to let them do 60 FPS, like that's a plus. So what the fuck? Oh yeah, they're drilling here. The mines. Oh god, got the shit kids. Okay. Yeah, I think this difficulty works better. Just odd starting with so much stuff. Alright. Probably not going to keep the flamethrower on. I never really end up using flamethrowers. They're like kind of... I'm trying to remember. I think there was some use for them in Extraction. Of course. But yeah, any sort of like accessibility stuff, like at least for that, updates are good, but you know, you'd be shocked what you can do with original code, even if you have to like reverse engineer stuff. I don't know. I always feel weird on it when games are remade and it's just the original game holds up.
Lock them out, but they're coming in through the fucking vents. Get up here and help me. My leg's cut. Bad.
Fucking hell, Price, you locked the doors?
Well, he's not doing well. Oh, hey, found a pound note. How long is that gonna last for? Okay, this is some familiar areas, but I don't think it actually is like entirely reusing your stasis to slow enemies. Yep. I completely missed. It's so funny to get extra stuff out of them after death. They're like, yeah, give him a little squish. I wonder why they went with this guy and not the one you play as. Like story-wise, like why they wanted him to survive and not your main guy.
Override accepted. Disengaging first stage locks. Please stand by.
Oh. Of course. Ah, asshole. So I don't think it's in all cases. But enemies will, quite typically, if they're behind you, they won't be as active. Shit. What can we find? Anything over here? Oh yeah. I'll take that. Alright. I'm not gonna worry about rotating saves. I don't think we'll have to worry about that. Oh. Yeah, it's weird what I do and don't remember. I think this lift might have been... Okay, well, Tideman's the main...
Subjects. You've got to be kidding me. They want us to hunt down and kill somebody in this mess. Goddamn answer me, Vic. I have to get to the hospital. I have to get to that scene.
Calm down, Gabe. I've got your back. Nothing will happen.
Oh, hey, Gabe.
I have my word. All right,
Yep.
new orders. Get to the gunship.
Vic, okay, this is Vic.
To the hospital.
What about the order from Tideman?
I know what I'm doing. Just shut it and get to that ship.
Thank you, Vic. I owe you. Well around.
Okay, so there, this is happening around the same time as Dead Space 2. And yeah, Tideman was the original antagonist of Dead Space 2. Oh shit.
Balls!
Ah, I'm reloading, asshole. Okay, okay. Let's try that again. I don't know if this has any new weapons or enemies or anything like that. I'm probably not. Probably going to be mainly story and new areas. Oh, balls.
Balls!
Oh, well, I'm using the flamethrower, I guess. First time for everything. Oh man, there were so many goodies. Oh shit, I'm actually really low on ammo. Okay. We have to use this for a while.
Maxine, can you hear me? Come in.
Gabe. Yes. Barely. Where are you?
Honey, listen. It's the shuttle.
I can't get there, Gabe. People are trying to run, but there's nowhere to go. Hey, watch it! Stop! Stop!
Shit!
Right, there's some ammo at least. Authorized CEC maintenance workers. Okay. Okay, at least they're giving me a decent amount of that kind of ammo. I don't know if it matters or not, but sometimes when I come across dead bodies, I feel like I should smash them up a bit in case those the necromorphs, the ones that can turn people, they kind of look like giant bats. Show up. Because I think if the bodies don't have any limbs, they basically don't work. But I could be wrong on that. Okay, this area I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's an area you go to at the end, near the end of like Dead Space 2. Okay, let's see where our objective is first. No, I think when you come here, it's like infected. Okay, so we're gonna do the emergency lockdown again. Override. That's the thing though, Dead Space Extraction doesn't really have that much like different plot threads going on besides Ow. Okay, well, this is harder. This is what I signed up for. There is stuff I've realised, sorry. I think next time I'm at a shop though, we're just going to sell the flamethrower. Oh, okay, there's a couple of these. So that's 2. I'm really lucky I spotted that. Oh no, oh no. Shit. I'm really not doing great on ammo and resources. Okay, that's 2 of them. Okay, I think I see where the 3rd one is. Oh yeah, yeah. We walked past this one earlier. Has it opened for me? Oh, it has. Oh, speaking of. Okay. Okay, inventory. Yeah, I'm just gonna sell Flamethrower. Sell the flame. Tools. Okay, what can I buy? Contact beam. Probably the plasma cutter for like. One, two. Health does cost a lot though. So you don't really want to be spending a lot of money on health. Okay, I think that'll do me for now. There we go, now I've got the good old plasma cutter. Okay. Probably not going to get these health upgrades because look, I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nodes to get there. Get those. Let's see. Okay, we'll get one of those for now. I'm still not sure if the doors that open with security nodes is going to be in this. No, I'll save. So I'm going to hold off. It's weird the order the saves are in. It doesn't show you most recent save. There we go. Damn it, flamethrower already. Oh hey, look at that extra node. It's not a lot, but whatever. It just takes up inventory room, you know? Yeah, I'll go for that for now. The damage is actually not that bad. I think the only reason to upgrade it would be for boss fights, from what I remember. I think like some of the really tough enemies, but most enemies are pretty... Oh. Hold it. Okay. Oh, hi. Fuck you, game. That was a dick move. I knew you'd go back and sell it here. Okay. Just so I've got it. I'm not gonna save though, just in case I could. If I die not too long, then whatever, I'll try and redo that segment. Oh! Not the steam! Asshole. You know what? I actually don't have a lot of secret rifle now. Just what's left in the gun now. I'm guessing the power nodes then are going to be in a lot of hidden areas based on the one I found earlier. The fuck was that? Love the look of this area though. Doesn't get talked about too much, but this in some areas I think they purposefully only turn it on to certain objects, but they actually do it might be fake, but they do kind of dynamic lighting to a certain extent, much like in, you know, like Silent Hill 2. But yeah, like objects can cast shadows to a certain extent, and it's really impressive for the time, like how good it still looks. Again, why I found the whole, hey, we're remaking Dead Space. It's like, what? That game looks amazing still. I'm like, yeah, you can update textures to a certain extent, but the graphical leap from that generation has not been that far. I'm starting to think maybe the difficulty mode was not a good idea. Whatever. We made our bed. Shit. Ooh. Okay, we're fine. When they do drop money, they are dropping a lot at once. I'll give them that. Okay, yeah, it's funny that I'm remembering rooms now, because it wasn't that long ago I was playing some Dead Space 2. Do a quick inventory check. Should probably be using my stasis more. That's always the problem. I don't rely on it enough. They definitely, you know, they give you enough stuff so you have chances to use it. Like usually in my regular Dead Space playthroughs, most of my most of my stasis packs end up being sold. Especially because the game gives you enough recharge points usually. Because if there's key areas where you need to use it, they'll usually give it to you, you know? Well, they have to. Oh, whoops. Yeah, fuck you.
Sorry, Gabe. I know you'll try to interfere. Orders are orders.
Yeah, well, fuck you. Interfere with that.
I knew you'd try to interfere if you knew. She's on the list, Gabe. Lexine is a key subject. She has to be terminated.
Shit. Well, we can't loiter here. Let's go get her. I kept calling her the Cull earlier, and I realised the Cull is the... That's Isaac's boo.
Stay the fuck away from my wife.
Look, I don't want this any more than you do. But the difference between you and me is when an order comes down, I follow it.
The difference between you and me, Vic, is that I ain't got a life, and I will not let you take that away from me. See you at the hospital, Vic.
Hey! There's chapter 1.
Lexine, do you read me?
Gabe? I can barely hear you.
Do you see any soldiers nearby?
What? No, can't see anything through this crowd.
This is me, Lexine. I need you to hide, okay? Watch out for Vic and any other soldiers. They're coming to kill you.
Okay.
Guess she was being treated,
I'm in the psych ward now. It looks deserted.
Alright, stay there. I'm coming.
I guess not the same place as Isaac, because Isaac started in the psych ward, but that's because they were, you know, like, purposefully letting the marker fuck him up. Hello, you. Ah, spooked myself. Oh, sure, real spooked. Speaking of. Ow. Dick. Well, that's not a good sign. Okay, you know what? It is too dark in this room. I can literally not see. Well, we're dead. This is one of the problems with Dead Space, though. Hey, if the Dead Space 1 remake lets you skip cutscenes, then I'll give it that.
This is me, Lexine. I need you to hide, okay?
Because they all work in engine.
Soldiers.
they don't, you know, load up like separate scenes. They kind of play out within the scenes.
Okay. I'm in the psych ward now. It looks deserted.
Alright, stay there. I'm coming.
Deserted. The fucking shite without flushing. No, it's one of yours. It's fucking one of yours. Disgusting. Okay. Try and be better prepared this time. Well, yeah. Shit. Yo, Clarice, finally you're here. Ah, I blew up. I was wondering when you're gonna show up.
Gabe? I can barely hear you.
Ah, Halloween snacks. Nice, nice. I approve.
No, I can't see anything through this crowd.
No, this is, I've died against this bin this is the second time.
Vic and any other soldiers. They're coming to kill you.
Okay.
Wow, what do Brits do for Halloween? Funny enough, trick-or-treating is becoming more popular. Halloween was very... When I was younger, most people did not bother with it.
Deserted.
Alright, stay there.
Definitely as kind of some American traditions have come more global, we've started, you know, to do it more. And it's just really interesting. Ah! Oh, it happened again. Oh. Oh. Oh, jeez. Sorry about that, folks. We'll have to do some sort of like seance later, because that keeps happening. And I do not know what foul demon lurks within the stream. But it will not leave us in peace. Out. Yo, happy Halloween, Jabs. Jabba, my boy. Oh, move. Yeah, baby. Whew. Oh, it's funny enough, I was talking about the remake before you joined in. Like, I hear good things. It's just still weird to me because Dead Space 1 is still so playable by today's standards. Like, it looks visually fine. I don't know. Okay. What have I got? Hey, look at that. We're doing good. We're doing pretty good. Let me just see if there's any more. How's the brightness, by the way? Because I actually had to kick it up because it was too dark even for me. Problem is my other monitor here is like very bright. Oh, I'm in the vacuum of space now. Scary. Alright, cool. Got a little rest stop here. You know what, just for that, Clarice. That's what you get. That time I was not even gonna hold the demon at bay. You have to deal with the demon yourself. Okay. What should I be buying right now? Actually, hold on. Do I have anything else to sell? I was not paying enough attention. No. Okay.
Gabe, there's someone else in here. Some strange men dressed in white. It looks like they're hunting for something.
Have they seen you?
Not yet.
Good. Stay hidden. Don't let anyone see you.
Okay. I love you. Please hurry.
I want to see a stream of it to see how bad it is. Well, there's probably someone who's streaming it, but yeah, I'm not gonna look at that Night Hill Ascension. I'll be real, I had like no expectations. I was like, oh, this is gonna suck. And it's not even met those. It seems even worse than that. Okay. You know. And okay, I'm gonna buy some nodes. Like, here's the thing, even if you were optimistic or actually liked what you saw of the remake out of that reveal, I think the kind of, hey, we've announced 5, 6 projects, however many it was, at once, should have probably led more people to caution, at least in my opinion. Because, you know, it wasn't announcements of like, oh, here's these big, amazing studios. And they were doing so many projects and they had so little to actually show. Like, Ascension didn't have, I think, like, anything really. And there's the other one that I can't even remember the fucking name of, where it was just like, oh, it's a psychologist and there's like a radio thing. Not a radio, like a tape recorder. And it's like, oh yeah, we've never seen that before. Though some people liked it. I've heard some people are positive, at least, about the developers behind it. And then announcing a movie at the same time. And it's a fucking made by the guy who made the first movie. Which is like, oh great. No, that's gonna fucking turn out. Surprised he didn't fucking recast James for a woman. Alright, okay, now let's upgrade this. Okay, that'll do for now. The thing I need to test is, I can't remember if upgrading your ammo capacity gives you 3 bullets like Resident Evil 4 does. That might be the case. If that's the case, I am going to have to pay attention. Oh, I'm mentioning that. The reason why I'm mentioning that, Clarice, is this is not hyperbole. This is not... You can find these quotes online still. I'm surprised people, like, are really into Gans in that movie based on the fact this quote's out there. The reason why the Silent Hill movie, instead of Harry, it's Rose, I think her name was, is Guns claims that Harry acts like a woman. Just straight up. He's like, oh, we were writing the character and we realized, the character's like emotional and cares for their daughter, which is like not what men are like. It's just like, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? And then some people have said like, oh, you can't reference this quote because it's someone else like making a joke, but the writer made this joke about, oh, Guns, yeah, Guns. He's like, oh yeah, I love the American Blonde bimbo. And people are like, yeah, don't quote that because it's not Guns saying it. But it's like, you read that other stuff and you look at the movie and it's like, I don't think it's like that far from the truth, because that reminds me of that era. Oh, well, that looks good. Oh, I have a great example. Does anyone remember Toy Story 2 has an end credits like fake blooper where the like old cowboy toy is basically casting couch in like one of the fake Barbie dolls. That was a like not that subtle nod to Harvey Weinstein. Or no, not Harvey Weinstein. An actual someone else, sorry. Someone else at Disney. A high up Disney executive that it was known that he was like a creep that did that to women. And I guess in the mid 2000s or early 2000s, whenever Toy Story 2 would have come out, the way they thought to deal with it, get out of balloons. God, that was loud. Was to like, we're gonna make fun of him by not actually dealing with the problem, just making this allusion to his like abuse, but not actually dealing with it. And most people are not even gonna know who the fuck we're talking about because this is all behind closed doors stuff. Straight up, if you go to the Disney Plus and you watch it, that scene's gone now. I think they've straight up removed it, like because people know who the fuck they were talking about. Oh, hello. So, like, the more... all that stuff from the Silent Hill movies, like, PR, and it's like... Yeah, I'm sure that was a joke. I'm sure that guy totally is not actually like that, and that guy was just making stuff up to be funny. Ugh. Also, okay, speaking of something funny, because that's quite a dire topic, something I found really funny was that during that reveal they showed like storyboarding, like early storyboarding for what they were going to do with the movie, and they're showing like James
strategy, Gabe.
And
calling your wife over an open
obviously
civilian channel. Now
yeah.
I have a fix on her.
Storyboarding is quite light sketch wise and very early, but the look of James, he looks nothing like James. He's got like long backwards combed hair. Like we're talking like down to his shoulders with like a widow's peak. And it's like, okay, I understand that you might not cast someone who looks exactly like James, but your storyboarder like couldn't even make the character look vaguely like him. He's not that hard of a design. It's a blonde dude with like a Leonardo DiCaprio haircut and a green jacket.
Thanks for the heads up, sweet cheeks. I won't do that again.
Oh, sweet cheeks. What is this Traisler? I do not know what that word is, Clarice. If that was a different word you meant, you'll have to let me know. Trailer? No, this was... Oh, are you talking about what I'm talking about? That was part of that big Silent Hill... what was it called, that big reveal where they showed everything? It wasn't part of a trailer. It was just Guns doing, like, behind the scenes, like, oh, this is the things we are working on. Oh, I love the devil. Oh. That's my not planned impression of Guns. Probably not accurate at all, but... Ah! Oh, that's the wrong weapon. You know, I probably shouldn't use the grenade launcher that much. I remember it actually uses like a lot of ammo on the assault rifle. It uses like 25 plus bullets. Oh, I need more bullets. How am I doing on resources? Okay, I actually have some health. I'm actually doing okay now. Some of that monetization around that Ascension thing just like really confuses me as well. Like the fact that you can apparently make a character. Because I literally thought it was just going to be a streaming show. But then, you know, like the Until Dawn, like Dark Picture games, where people have like Twitch voting turned on, but it was going to be run by like Konami. I don't know how exactly it's supposed to work if there's other stuff going on. I guess they, in some ways, they wanted to make it so it could exist outside of whenever these broadcasts are going to be. I don't know, it's confusing, but I don't know, I just think the funniest thing is how insistent they were about, oh, you'll get to change canon. You hear that, guys? You'll be able to change canon. Canon hasn't meant fucking, like, the Silent Hill's canon has been treated so badly, like complete shit,
Gabe, they've almost found me.
since like 2004 or 5, somewhere around there.
Other soldiers.
No, the men in white. I don't know, they're different.
Thanks for the call, Lex. I'll be there soon.
You'll be fucking dead. Hold on, honey. I'm almost there.
I remember this area. This is where Isaac like starts before you get the suit. But yeah, it's like saying, oh, you can affect canon, this will be canon. It's like, who fucking cares? Like, Konami doesn't care about Silent Hill canon. Like, there was... I don't know, okay? At some point, Tom Hewlett said that his job at Konami was being the living, breathing Silent Hill Bible. Quote, that's what I'm paid to do. So I guess he was like, according to that claim, he was lore master at some point. But like, he clearly was not, based on other quotes, able to stop people from, like, contradicting series canon. And also, he himself was not able to stop himself from doing that. So, like, but like, those Western games just did such a bad job. And frankly, it's not even just those. The thing I'm gonna reference, because it's kind of unknown, is around Silent Hill 4. Though obviously this is all archived now because the official sites are gone. But I can't remember if it was for Japan only or not, but they put out these extra memos for Silent Hill 4. It was another Red Diary and Walter's victim files. And the victim files are fine. They're just like little details on all the victims, like the ones who aren't really elaborated on in the main game outside of their name. But the other Red Diary, I believe, and some of the other stuff, has like so much stuff in it that just doesn't make sense or contradicts even Silent Hill 4. Like, it splits the cults up into sects, right? Like different, oh, we're the ones who worship this god, but we worship this god, and so on and so forth. Which, considering that the cult is supposed to be like this small town cult, that already is a bit weird. But then it confuses things further by saying that the cult of the Holy Mother, which is supposed to, the Order of the Holy Mother, which is supposed to be the part of the cult that wants to do the impregnation ritual via a girl, and then the sect that is training the orphans to do the sacraments are in, it wasn't competition, opposition. They were in direct opposition of each other. But there's memos and text in Silent Hill 4 that shows that Dahlia was involved in the training of the orphans and talked to Walter specifically. Shit. So, either someone else who wasn't part of Team Silent wrote those, or they were like developmental materials that weren't meant to see the light of day, and Konami just put them out on their website without actually checking if they should. But also, you know, like the amount of guidebooks, like the Brady Games guides and other ones, that according to the authors, Konami, because I think this was around the time where guides had to be licensed still. This is going into stuff that if you're below a certain age, like, you're not going to deal with anymore. But for a while, game publishers were like very against unauthorized guides being made. Like, oh, if you're not officially partnered with us, we don't want you making it, kind of thing. And oh, only like the Prima guides and the Brady Gay guides, like only those are allowed to come out. And the official guides that were written for...
Fuck you, Weller!
Fuck you too, then! Throwing a wheelchair at me. How uncouth. That might be my favourite spook so far. Okay, these are... I didn't mention it earlier in the no oxygen room, but these are like tripwires. But you can set them off by just throwing like a physics object into them. Using the kinesis powers. But that guide that according to the author, Konami themselves actually approved everything. They like read it and asked for edits. Has a plot synopsis guide for Silent Hill 1, and it's completely the amount of stuff it gets wrong is insane. It gets names wrong, for one thing. It claims that Alessa was created by the cult, that she was summoned, like as if she's the demon that the cult summoned. It claims that Alessa locked her in her bedroom and set the house on fire, which even if you think the fire was done on purpose, that's not even where it happened. Like, that's not... She didn't lock anyone in the house. And like, it contradicts itself, and it can't decide if Alessa was trying to destroy the town or save the town. But according to the person who wrote the guide, it's like, well, Konami approved everything, and in fact, they asked for revisions. So, yeah, so in like fucking 2023, any person working on like Silent Hill and banning on about like, oh yeah, the fans are going to affect canon. It's like, okay, is this show going to have anything like crazy where like, oh, we're going to have an option where someone can do a ritual and they'll bring fucking Dahlia back from the dead? Like, no. You're not going to have anything crazy canon of like that. It's going to be its own story. It's probably like going to have little to no relation to any of the past games. Oh, hello. Especially because apparently all Silent Hill now is Silent Hill 2, where every game apparently has to be like its own story and have no connecting plot and no cult stuff, because apparently people think the cult's cheesy without actually demonstrating it is. I've noticed that a lot, that there are people who think the cult stuff in Silent Hill is cheesy, but they never explain much why. And I guess there are people who just think occultism in itself is just cheesy and not that interesting. Like Silent Hill being nebulously evil and not because of the cult fucking up the town apparently is like more interesting to them than like an evil cult. And I don't know why. I don't know if that's a regional thing, maybe, like depending on where you're from. Sorry, some of this is coming up because I was trying to find a URL and I remembered that I had posted it on Reddit somewhere. And I accidentally found an old thread on the Silent Hill subreddit that was like, oh, give us your Silent Hill hot takes. And, like, unironically, a good majority of these quote-unquote hot takes weren't even hot takes. They were just, like, contrarian opinions. They were more like unpopular opinions or like weird stuff. It's just like, oh yeah, Silent Hill 4, that's the best game in the series. Oh, the Western games are actually great. And oh, Silent Hill 3 is garbage. It's not worth playing, and weird stuff like that. And again, stuff about, oh yeah, no, I hate the cult. The cult's cheesy. It's not good. It was never good, and blah blah blah. And I was reading a lot of those posts, and my response to that's like, man, most of you don't actually like Silent Hill, do you? Like, you enjoy it to some degree, and you might like one or two of the games, but you don't actually seem to like Silent Hill. Or, because what you want Silent Hill to be, and what it is, are two very different things. Oh. You know, I've mentioned this before with, you know, talks around Dark Souls difficulty came out, and I saw this post from someone who said, oh, I like Dark Souls, but I want a version of Dark Souls where there's no enemies in it. It's like, okay, so you don't want Dark Souls then. you want a completely different game. Like, games should be accessible to people of, like, any creed or skill, like, not skill level, but, like, skill capability. You know, in terms of, like, a disability that limits you. Obviously, there's some really severe cases where someone who's brain dead, obviously, they're not gonna be able to play a game to the same extent as other people. But, like, barring, like, you know, crazy exceptions like that, all people should have access. But then there are some people who take that a step further and then say, oh, but also I'm entitled to games that I don't like. I don't like first-person shooters, but I want this first-person shooter to appeal to me as well. And if it doesn't, then it's the game's fault. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah, these guys. The fucking 3 kids in a trench coat monster. I know. Sorry, I had to go on a bit of a rant. It's good sometimes. But all that new Silent Hill stuff and kind of the worry that I've seen some people say it, and I don't think it's going to be as widespread as people think, but I've seen some people worried that regardless of the quality, or to be more important, lack thereof, of the Silent Hill 2 remake, that people are going to kind of essentially delete the original. But oh no, this replaces it now, kind of thing. Because there are times where people definitely do that with some other remakes. And I'll be frank, like, I can't think of many where I think a remake just replaces the original entirely. I don't know if I can think of any, actually, when it comes to video games. I'd really have to think on that. And heck, in some cases, the remakes are so one-to-one that, like, the difference is so minimal as well, and things like that. Like, the only ones I'd probably say was maybe the Zelda 3DS remakes. Hang on. Because the gameplay is so close, to the point that even some of the original, like, bugs and glitches are still there. But then you get some issues, like, and I haven't played it, so I can't tell, like, how much they really matter, but Majora's Mask 3D, where for some reason they changed a lot of stuff in ways that seem, like, quite questionable. Oh, hey, I'm actually full up on stasis packs, apparently. Oh, that's why. There we go. Can we turn the sink off? Nope. That's still my favorite thing that they added to this. Okay, I'm probably gonna drop this. I'm guessing we're probably not gonna get a suit upgrade in this DLC bin. I'd be surprised if there was. Let's make sure my weapons are loaded. Okay, good. Ooh. What? Stop that. Okay. Gross. Nope, that's the wrong button. Couldn't go one stream without hitting the wrong button at least once. Okay, so I think story-wise, Isaac's come from here already. This is where Isaac gets the plasma cutter. It's kind of cool to do this, because even though it's reusing an area, this was pretty much a tutorial area. So kind of having a more focused bit through here is interesting. How long will we be going? Yeah, alright. I'm pretty sure we could finish this in one stream. I'm not imagining this to be like 8 hours long or anything like that. Even 6 hours long, I think would be pushing it. Oh yeah, I remember this room. I think we have had some unique areas though. Ah, it's an observation room. I wonder if these are ever, like, not creepy. Just because of, like, all the horrific things that have ever happened in these operating rooms. Oh, there's stuff I missed in there. I think it's just a stasis, though. Shit. Yeah, man, they've given me way too many of these stasis packs. I keep hearing, like, big footprints, and I don't know if it's me or something else. Whoa. This feels like DLC. You're kind of more meant to get most of your ammo from buying it, weirdly enough. Oh. That's what I was hearing. Okay, so this isn't the room I've been in yet. You okay there? Nope, guess not. Just in case any of you guys are sleeping and you want to wake up, I'm gonna kick you while you're down. I don't mind. Oh. Oof. Okay. I guess they give you less ammo on this difficulty as well. Yeah, most of my items are now healing items and the stasis packs. Oh yeah, I remember seeing this blue item here. Oh, another one. Okay, next time I find a shop. You know, I'm gonna go find it. How far back is this though? Okay, that for sure means that the nearest one is going this way, not going forward. You don't get the map like you do in Dead Space 1. Just have to use these guide arrows. Huh. How far back is it? Was it an optional room and I just missed it? Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. All I would have done with that is sold it anyway. Okay, we're going really far back. But if the guide arrows are telling me to go this way, this means that this is like the nearest like workbench and I wish that would like stay around for a little bit longer. There we go. Yeah, you know what? I don't think I even came into this room. Alright. Sell that. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna buy one of those. Okay, I think that'll do me for now. What should I be upgrading? Yeah, no point going all the way for this. That's so many nodes. Let's see. Okay. That for sure. Pretty good. Probably just this now. There we go. Oh, okay. I had one more node than I thought. Okay. My plasma gun might actually handle better now. Having it upgraded this much. I'm still surprised that this was the nearest Hello. You know what? I do not think I've ever seen this happen before. Shit, where is it? Ah. It did drop money, but I'm not finding it. That was weird, though. I don't know if you can even get over there. I guess that's an encounter that was supposed to... Yeah, we'll save. That was supposed to pop if you checked that merchant room, and I just missed it. I think I should know where to go mostly from here. I'm curious, Klaus, if you're still here, if you can actually check how long this DLC is supposed to be. Whatever, I'll pick it up. I'm guessing it's going to be like 3 to 4 hours long at the most. I actually don't know how many chapters it is, though. I probably should have checked to see if the trophies showed it. I tell you how much times have changed, though. This is probably going to make you... I don't know if it's going to make you laugh, make you cry. Probably a bit of both. But at least on PlayStation 3, this DLC was... I don't know how much this would be in dollars. I'm going to guess maybe either 6 or 6.50. Maybe 7. But this DLC was like £5.50. Like, people want to say, oh, yeah, no, game prices and stuff, they haven't increased over time. DLC has gotten way more expensive over time. Like, we're not even talking about... We're talking about, what, like 11, 12 years here? And getting, like, a campaign, even, you know, you're going to similar locations and stuff, but it having... You know, like original dialogue and things like that.
Look, you were both being played the whole time. Lexine was part of the Oracle program, a lab rat. All they needed you for was to get her pregnant. But now you're just security risks. I'm sorry, Gabe.
Oh, dear. That's got some horrible implications. Yeah, take a leg. Take a leg off. Okay, you're... Wow, okay. I for sure thought he was gonna get up. Ah! Even though this does use reuse some areas, I think there are original areas in this as well. You know, they're giving me so much stasis stuff that I'm just going to use it. As much as possible. They're giving me so much. Oh shit, okay. What can I drop? Well, I can drop you. Oh, this was bonus. You can sell that, I believe. There's always pen. Yeah, that's a like a long reoccurring Easter egg. Been in the series a few times. Come on. That was cool. I was not expecting to find that. That was entirely optional. Oh, well, he's doing okay. All considering. Oof. Okay, we're alive. Let's see. Yep, use you. I actually have a lot of Seeker ammo now. They're giving me a lot of it for some reason. Yeah, I saw you. Cheeky fuck. Ah! Get out of him. What a dick. But I have way too much healing now. What is going on? I guess if there's a store soon, I can always put some in storage. Oh, yeah. Now I know where we are. Yep. What happened to his legs? So, will you be taking kids out for trick or treat? Clarice, it's past midnight. And, the kids already went out for trick or treating. So this is, a guy who you meet, like, at the start, Dead Space 2, who kills himself. But I'm trying to figure out, like, why his legs are all like this. See, if I was the developers, I would have, like, had his body be dismembered, because I feel like almost every player immediately started stomping on him. The glowing eyes, I thought this guy was totally alive. But yeah. Like I said, trick-or-treating has become more of a thing now. Did anyone prank? Well, again, that's the thing. Halloween was not really a thing when I was growing up. At least not social. Like, maybe you'd have, like, a Halloween party at, like, a school. But people wouldn't go trick-or-treating. Or do, like, Halloween decorations or much like that. That's something that's become more of a thing in the last kind of 10 years or so. Probably the last 10 years, I'd say. Like, stuff's weird. Like, fucking, Black Friday sales and Cyber Monday sales has become a thing, even though that's a thing entirely built around Thanksgiving, which, obviously, no one in the UK celebrates.
No! Stop! Get your hands off me!
Lexi!
Gabe, help!
Get your hands off my wife, you bastard!
Not now, Weller. Why are you freaks following me? You heard Tideman. All key subjects are to be eliminated. Follow your orders.
Whose orders, Mr. Bartlett, and which key subjects?
No!
We have our orders, Mr. Bartlett, and we are following them.
These are unitology guys, I bet.
Gabe, no!
Cabe Weller, his purpose is done. It could be trouble.
Quickly, while she's still alive. The outbreak will take care of him. We cannot protect her with this many servants loose.
No! Lexi!
Oh, and we just got here too. Why didn't you become an exchange student? I don't know how. What? I don't know what you even do to qualify for something like that. Outside of my parents are rich. So that was one thing stopping me. Alright. It's annoying I can't just pick it up and use that. You'd think with how much health and other stuff I have, the game would not be prioritizing health right now, but... Okay, well that's a set drop. Oh no. Oh, get off me, shit kid. Get off me. Get off me. Okay. Ah, I guess it was a good thing I had all that health then, huh? I wonder if it's... I wonder if this one... Yep, there we go. Oh. But like, if I ever have kids, that's how they turn out. Dodge the bullet there. Well, there's weird noises coming from that door. Hope things are okay. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. That was not the right button. Well, it was the right button, but at the wrong time. Oh. I actually wanted to do the stomp, but I forgot you can't stomp while you're aiming. Oh god, I've really got to find a store soon. Oh, well, I tell you, whoever's responsible for this, heads are gonna roll. Hey? Yep, that's what I thought. Yo, weird demon who's haunting my stream. What did you think of that joke? Ah, okay. Well, boo you too then. Alright, not every joke's gonna be a winner. God, even the demons. They're not even winning the help. Alright. Finally, we can sell some stuff. Okay. I think that's fine. Buy some nodes. Did you say nerd? No. Okay, what upgrades would be good to get right now? Oh, you know what? I'm actually not that far off from getting this fully upgraded. It's a shame just how many you need to get the health upgrades though. Like I'd need 6 just to get 1 health upgrade. Oh, it's these fucking guys. Those guys. Fuck those guys. Fucking hide and seek players. Shit. Oh, not the shit kids again. Everything's foobar. Why am I getting so much health? When it's not, I don't need it. Oh, well. I guess I should not complain too much. I'm just assuming we're not going to get any suit upgrades in this. There's another one. I can hear it. Like, they're giving me a lot of health, but not a lot of ammo. Which is odd. Like, they're still doing it. Okay, now they're giving me ammo when I can't even pick it up. Ooh. Okay, okay. We're doing okay. That'll work. Hopefully there will be a suit upgrade. Oh dear.
bulkheads are protected from unauthorized overrides by a standalone fuse relay.
I'm gonna have to force the airlock open from out here. Stay in the ship. You don't have a suit for the vacuum.
Seriously, why do I have so much health and not ammo? I don't think this has ever happened to me in Dead Space before. Okay. Well, she's safe now. Alright. Could do some engineering.
Just following orders.
Oh shit, he was still alive.
Oh my god.
I'm not gonna make it, Abby.
No. That's not
Well.
possible.
I can blow the bay doors for you from out here. You can get away. You win, baby. I love you, Lex.
Gabe.
I love you.
Well.
I love you.
Jesus Christ, lady. Everyone who's... How many... This happens like every man who gets involved with this woman, I guess. Subject remains have been collected for study. All records have been deleted. Maxine. Subject has avoided capture and current whereabouts are unknown. APB has been issued. Termination is imminent. Okay. Hopefully this is not a copyright song, but I am doing a recording. So I'm just going to turn this down for a bit. There we go. So yeah. That lady does not have a good track record with guys. Just a lot of rough shit happens to them. But hey, we did it. Now, I was looking this up earlier. Let me look in my history. I was curious if where this story goes, and now that I've seen it, it does not go far. So I'm curious if this character's story actually goes anywhere beyond here. Nope. This was it. Okay. So this was fun. It was fun. A little slice of Dead Space. I do wish it had more story implications, though, because we've never really understood why Maxine had this weird immunity to the marker influence. Like, not full immunity, but she wasn't being turned the same way as other people. And no, this was cool for just, oh, hey, you get to see where the characters went afterwards. It unfortunately didn't really expand the lore. Maybe this was something that was planned to be in some of that like extended media, because, and I think it was a mistake. EA very early on tried to turn Dead Space into this like multimedia franchise, and they probably should have waited until like a couple of games in because there were multiple spin-offs. Because there was Extraction, and then there was also Dead Space Ignition, which is a weird, like, interactive graphic novel. There's books. There's, like, an anime OVA as well. And it was definitely like, hey, this universe is cool, but maybe, like, slow down. Like, you guys maybe aren't ready to, like, let this franchise grow. And as great as Dead Space 2 is, like, I still think it's the pinnacle. They spent so much money on it, and I definitely think maybe a lot of that went into the multiplayer as well. That it did well, but it didn't make... I think it might have technically sold on a loss overall. Because they spent so much more money than the first game, but it didn't outsell... Well, it outsold the first game, but not... It didn't, like, double or triple the sales, which I think EA were expecting, which was never going to happen. And that's kind of partly explains why, even though it's... They don't even need to be there, because you can play the game without them, but Dead Space 3 is where, like, one of the early single-player games with tons of microtransactions in them. Hang on. Where's my mouse? There we go. But this was still cool. Here, we could turn it up a bit now. That song's probably fine, but just to be on the safe side, I turned it down. Because sometimes video game companies are also like to claim stuff. The only time I've ever got a video muted on Twitch in recent streams, when we played Shadow of the Colossus, one of the parts got muted because of wind sound effects from, like, some ASMR wind fin, and I was like, look, this is definitely not the same audio. Like, and if it is, it's not one that this guy's able to claim, because this is from, like, if it's not original, it's from a sound library. Luckily, as I counterclaimed it, and it actually got resolved like that. And unlike YouTube, you can actually counterclaim to Twitch and say, hey, they've claimed the wrong content. It's not the content they're saying it is, which YouTube doesn't let you do. If you try and do that, you have to claim to the person who claimed you and say, hey, you've claimed the wrong content. And I don't know, YouTube... Oh, John Riccatello. Shout outs, John Riccatello. He's a piece of shit. He's that fucking guy who was at Unity that sold a bunch of shares and then announced that fucking install charge and then quit the company. Hey, that's not a hot take. That guy, that's insider trading. Like, he knew that he was going to tank the stock price doing that. And more stuff's come out that people who were inside of Unity have said, oh no, we knew this was a disaster. This was rushed. We told people this was not going to work, that people were going to blow up in our faces. But the higher-ups pushed it through because they're apparently losing to some, like, mobile ad middleware. Sorry, that completely derailed my thoughts. Right, this was fun. Little slice of life. The only other time I think there was a DLC like this is Dead Space 3 got DLC. Now, this is kind of cheeky, because you can play Dead Space 3 and it basically does finish, but the true ending was DLC, basically. Though it sounds like the reason why that's the case is because around the time that was made, it was pretty obvious that Dead Space was not going to get the proper follow-up that the devs wanted to. So they were like, okay, well, we have to wrap things up here because we're not going to be able to do a sequel game at this point. This is a lot of credits, but I'm wondering if a lot of this is the people who worked on the base game, because it, you know, it did use a lot of assets from the base game. I mean, for the price, again, £5, roughly. Like, I think that's about the price of it. At least one original weapon. I kind of wish they had made the pistol from Extraction and made that like an extra weapon, because that would have been like a cool addition and a throwback to Extraction of like, oh, it's the one weapon that's unique to Extraction. I think that's the only one. Is the God, look at all this QA. Hey, back. Turns out, guys, you actually do need a lot of QA. But yeah, I think some of these credits are for the base game as well. Can we actually skip anything here? Yeah, we can. The save! We did it. I think there are like a couple of other trophies you can get, or achievements. One thing that's weird, by the way, I was going to talk about that DLC for Dead Space 3, is I couldn't find it on the PlayStation 3 store when I was looking today. But the PlayStation 3 store's weird because they updated it to use the PlayStation 4 UI and stuff, but it's way too laggy for the system. They should have kept just the legacy stuff. And funny enough, you can still access the legacy store if you do it from in-game. So if, like, some games will go to the store in-game. Look, let's see. Oh, wow, they have their own in-store one. Hang on, does it load what I think it does? Yeah, yeah, this store. This bit. You can only access, like, that old store, UI if you do it from in-game. And certain in-games that allow you to do it. It's weird. Do you have favourite haunted place or ghost story? Not really. I don't find ghost stuff as interesting. Outside of, like, Japanese ghost stuff. I find Japanese ghost stuff interesting because they're not just ghosts of people. Like, they have separate powers and types. And I know that's kind of a thing in some Western stuff, but plus I've never, you know, hey, some people have seen hauntings, I guess, or they think they have. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on it, so. Okay, but yeah, that was just the plan for today. Just a little stream. I knew this was going to be short. Wait, so you don't believe in ghosts? I just don't know. I don't have an opinion either way. Maybe they're real, maybe they're not, but, you know, it's shocking the amount of people that dedicate their lives to ghost hunting. Like, how much of it is either just straight up like, hey, we're scammers, we're faking everything, or I'm so invested in this that I'm scamming myself. There was some, like, TV special, Darren Brown is his name. He does a lot of, like, psychological studies and interesting things about, like, human psychology and stuff like that. And he covered a guy who was, like, really deep into the ghost hunting stuff. And one of his pieces of evidence was like, basically a broken tape recorder. That he was like, oh yeah, if you answer into it, you get, like, screams back. And Darren Brown's looking into it, and it's like, yeah, you're saying it's responding, but, like, we know what's causing this. Your machine's broken. And just, the guy just didn't want to hear any of it. Just everything that had logical explanations, that had Mulder, there has to be a logical explanation for this stuff. Just, he did not want to hear it. And, you know, again, maybe the stuff is true. But it was what it was is the sound he was hearing was the tape recorder had some sort of compressor on it where it was all noise cancelling. And when you would stop talking, it would pick up, like, background noise really loud and then lower. So when you would stop talking, any sort of like wind blowing over the microphone would come through like a really loud screeching noise. Have you had any weird unexplained experiences? You know what? The only one I have is deja vu. The amount of times I get deja vu kind of frightens me sometimes. Like, I've had... like, not only just, like, a minor thing, but I've had, like, a series, like, a whole event. And it's just like, oh no, I recall all of this, and I don't know why. But from what I understand, there are explanations for that. It's a trick that the brain plays on you. Or, you know, it's the Matrix. I don't know. Someone changing the code. But when it happens, it does weird me out. Where it's just, yeah, this conversation I'm having, even if it's a mundane one, I swear I've done it before. And hey, hopefully life's not on like a cycle, because that'd be pretty boring in my case. Just chilling in my room as usual with a bag on my head. I don't know how many times I need to go through that. Look, all I'm saying is there is no such thing as scary, haunting events, and you cannot change my... Okay, things are getting too spooky. We're gonna have to end the stream here, guys. Guys, gals, and everyone else. Let me see if there's anyone online that we can spook. Let's see. It's a few, but it's people who don't know me well enough, I think, and who have hundreds of viewers anyway. So I think we'll just end things here then. But yeah, I was your host, Johnny Baghead. I hope you enjoyed the show. Gonna go watch Bad Awful Movies this Sunday. When the Discord I was in did the movie wheels, my pick for that week was Splice, and that did not come up. But I'm being in a vampire mood. I want to watch the Blade movies at some point. But I don't know what those would be on. If they're on Disney Plus, then I don't have that. That's not an option for me. But I'll think of something. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the spooks. I hope you enjoyed your time here. Next stream. Now, don't hold me to this, but because of stuff going on at the end of the week, I might actually stream tomorrow instead of Thursday. And we'll be finishing Subnautica. I would be shocked if we do not finish that, because literally I think all I have left to do is to give the enzyme to the Queen and like make the vaccine and maybe some other stuff. So we'll probably be finishing that tomorrow, and then the future. No, that's the past. The future. Who knows? I haven't really figured that out. I think I want to get back into some of the stylish action stuff. Get my action sack on. You know what I'm saying? Want to cover some of those PlayStation 2 era games. Copying Devil May Cry. But I'll think of that, and you know, if you want to check my socials, both Twitter and Blue Sky at Johnny Baghead. Soul Reaver's pre-Devil May Cry, isn't it? And heck, I kind of want to try out Fatal Frame 2. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. I'd have to look it up. I always think of the PlayStation 1 when I think of the Legacy of Kain games, because one of them was on PlayStation 1. But Fatal Frame 2 I might get to sooner than later. Like, we'll look at it maybe sometime in November, just because I had so much fun with the first one. No, I kind of want to get a heart rate monitor for it. Anyway, that's it for me. Those are the updates. Also, if you want to see the old streams, they're at YouTube at Johnny Baghead VODS. And that's it for me. And let me just sign out here.